Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. If you are brand new to this channel, yay, you found me, finally. I've been waiting for you. And if you are a returning subscriber, yay, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate your support. So as you know, my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision as to whether or not you want to watch a movie and spend time and money doing so. So the name of the film I'm reviewing today is called Retribution. This action movie is now playing in theaters and just now is available on video on demand. It's rated R and is an hour and 31 minutes. My movie review mom grade for this is hovering around a C minus. Wah, wah. Let me give you the scoop. So I'll give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and things I did not like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, interesting and funny lines if there are any, because I always take notes when I watch films, and then recommendations for other films that I think are similar, but that you will probably like better. So first of all, in a nutshell, this story is about a bank executive, of course, played by Liam Neeson, and he receives a bomb threat while driving his children to school that his car will explode if they stop or get out. So who's really behind it? That's the big question. This is the third remake of a similar film that was made in Spain, Germany, and South Korea. Let me know, comment down below if you've seen any of those other versions. So this film was directed by Nimrod Antal. So here's a list of things that I liked about the movie. First of all, I have been a big Liam Neeson fan for many, many years. He does a really good job with this, although the script doesn't really give him a lot to work with. It played kind of like it was written by ChatGPT, and with the writer's strike going on, maybe it was. No, actually, this was filmed before the writer's strike. In other words, the dialogue is pretty generic, the story is pretty generic, but actually, I'm telling you negative things. Back to the good things. Putting him inside a car for the bulk of the movie is actually a pretty good solution for an action star who is aging. It was a little frustrating, though. I mean, because we like to watch him get out and kick bad guy butt, and he doesn't get to do any of that. He's in the car trying to figure out what's going on. The rest of the cast includes Matthew Modine, Embeth David, Noma Dumasweny, Jack Champion, and Lily Aspel, and they all do a really good job. During the opening credits, we see a bomb being assembled. We don't learn who did it until the last few minutes of the film. You definitely feel the suspense throughout the film, and I really enjoyed that element where the stakes were high and you felt that. We get to visit Berlin, Germany, where the movie takes place. And I always think it's fun to see the streets and buildings in other countries. And basically, that's what we see because the bulk of the movie is out on the streets. The audience doesn't really know for sure whether Liam Neeson's character is a good guy or a bad guy for the majority of the movie, keeping the audience guessing. And I liked that element. Of course, you root for him because he's Liam Neeson playing a character, but you're like, oh, maybe this is a bad guy. Maybe we want him to blow up. I don't know. The suspense is nonstop. And so that was really good. Now, on to the list of things that were not so good. One of the appeals, as I mentioned, of Liam Neeson movies is the action and watching him get out there and, kick bad guy butt and they're always bad guys. He's usually the good guy. And so there's this sense of justice in the world. And so he doesn't get to do really any of that in this movie. This is the kind of thriller that you're probably only going to watch once because it doesn't have incredible action sequences that you're like, oh man, I can't wait to see that again. And then now you'll know who is behind it all and you'll go, okay, whatever. The film is suspenseful, but at the same time, it's also frustrating because Liam Neeson's character does not communicate well with other characters and doesn't really try to figure out how to outmaneuver the phone caller. The dialogue is just really terrible. There are some serious plot holes in how the villain was supposed to actually do what was done. And of course, there's the intrigue of who is the villain, which on the one hand is suspenseful. On the other hand, you're like, well, who is the villain? Who is he even talking to? And you might even start to get bored with, yeah, it's somebody on the phone. I don't know, whatever. The kids in the movie are annoying with their constant bickering. So it's hard to feel endeared to them or really anyone in this movie. I was surprised by how wooden some of the acting was. The title of the movie doesn't really match the content of the movie other than to serve as a red herring. The movie is called Retribution. And so you're thinking, okay, where's that factoring into the story? And exactly how does that play out and affect the motivation of these characters? So it's a little bit vague. There really is no humor to balance out all of the serious drama in the film. So let me give you some tips for parents. There is some German that's spoken with English subtitles, but only in a few scenes. There are bombs that explode in cars, killing people. There's some profanity, but not a ton of blood and gore and guts and all that kind of stuff. So that's good. Some of the themes that are illustrated very well in the film are family first, greed, trust, friendship, and integrity in business. All right, so I always write down funny lines and interesting lines, but when I looked at my notes, I didn't write down any funny lines. As I mentioned, there's really no humor in this film, but I did write down an interesting line I'll share with you right now. And you can see all the quotes and lines and things that I write on my moviereviewmom.com website. So this is Matt Turner, who's played by Liam Neeson, and he says, "There's one thing you didn't count on, what a man will do when he's got nothing left to lose," which is true. And so you feel that sense also in the movie. All right, so let me give you some recommendations for 3 films that I instantly thought of as I was watching this one. The first one is the movie Speed, filmed in 1994 with a very young Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves. They were fantastic, and there's that sense that you cannot stop the car or it's going to explode, right? So where do you go and what happens and who's doing this? And anyway, that's just such a fun classic movie and really kickstarted both of their careers early on. Another movie I thought of is called Phone Booth. Now that one came out in 2002 in a similar vein in that somebody is attached to this phone booth as the caller is making the protagonist do crazy things and become desperate in the process. And then another one I thought of is called Kidnap, and that was out in 2017. Now, in this particular movie, there's a sense of kidnapping because these people in the car are at the disposal of this anonymous caller, and they're trying to figure it out. But there are some other suspenseful similarities. All right, that's it for my movie review. If my reviews help you, please give my videos a thumbs up and comment down below, subscribe. You know the drill. It all spreads magical YouTube fairy dust all over my channel and helps it to grow. And when you get a minute, run over to Instagram. You can find me there as Movie Review Mom, but you can also find me in my author name, which is my real name, Trina Boice, where I post my movie reviews, a funny laugh every day, information about my books and my online courses and author coaching and all that other stuff. All right, have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.